What's up guys, FlamingVictini here, and we're back on Smogon for some SPL content. I haven't narrated a game in a decent while, and I haven't had any chance last week to upload any videos. I've been really busy, but let's see. ABR has a very interesting team. He decided to bring Mew and Altaria. I'm guessing Mew was an attempt to beat the standard balance that Reiku likes to use, but Reiku this time has a Weavile, also a Gardevoir, but Mew can still definitely be useful. Reiku has 0 Wisp switch-ins. Reiku has potentially Ice Shard on the Weavile, Jirachi, and Lando T to check the Altaria, but if it's Cotton Guard Altaria, I could see that becoming a nuisance, definitely. I guess I could see that, but I mean, I don't know, not too much. Reiku, I think ABR has Lando T and Excadrill. Maybe it's Scarf Excadrill and Rocker's Lando T. And I mean, Reiku has a Lando T for Excadrill. I mean, really, I'm liking Raiku's matchup in this case. His ABR's best switch into Gardevoir is his Excadrill, which can only come in once and not if he Focus Blast. And both players actually lead off with their Weavile, so ABR's team is definitely really Weavile weak. Raikou has a Keldeo, so I mean, I could easily see Reiku just switch out to his Keldeo right here. He definitely wants to keep his Weavile around. I don't know if either of these guys are running low kick or not, but I guess not. It's usually not that common. So I could see Reiku just switching out to his Keldeo. He definitely wants to preserve his own Weavile. Keldeo has like also very few switch-ins on ABR's end, but ABR does have the Altaria, and there we do see the low kick from the Weavile onto the Keldeo, and it does so little damage. Oh good god. But Reiku can potentially just fire off a Secret Sword, a Scald, a Hydro Pump, maybe even Icy Wind if he wants to predict the Altaria, although I could see ABR potentially go to Mew. I mean, I think this is, actually this doesn't have, actually, the Jirachi is probably Choice Scarf, this is probably Choice Specs Keldeo, and he does not Hydro Pump. He gets the burn on the Mew, but burns himself, so this is kind of beneficial, but I might have Hydro Pumped. That's called a 32%. Wow, that's, to me that seems really weak. Keldeo, OU All-Out Attacker versus Mew, OU Stall Breaker. And wow, that's actually, okay. That's either a non-choice specs Keldeo. That has to be a non-choice specs. Like, even if you're max Mew, your Skull's not going to do less. So that's definitely not a choice specs Keldeo. What could it be? Oh, it's... no, okay. What could it be? Mew restored this... oh, never mind. Okay, so what would it be then? What if it has no boosting item? That's the next thing to check. So we'll make this a Scarf. Whatever, Scarf. And let's say this is like 144. Maybe it's Mystic Water. Maybe it's Mystic Water. Reiku drops a dot right there. I'm not sure why. I mean, if you didn't want to burn yourself. Okay, never mind. Okay, so it's regarding. Oh, we seen. Oh, hold on. Okay, so this Mew, is it Iron Defense Pass? I feel like this Mew might be some sort of fast Altaria. I think that's what ABR is trying to play around here. Baton Pass is really interesting. You usually don't run that unless your Mew is based on Baton Passing a boost. But so in comes the Tornadus on the Gardevoir. Reiku can potentially bank on some Hurricane misses, I guess. He doesn't really have a switch into this Tornadus, and that's the big issue. He needs to get up rocks, or he needs to damage this so that he's in range of Pursuits or something like that, and just keep wearing down this Tornadus, because he really doesn't have a switch in. If ABR goes with a knockoff on the Jirachi switch, that's going to be really bad for Reiku, because he just lost, his Keldeo is almost down for the count, and if he loses his Scarf on Jirachi, he's going to be pretty much done for, although, I don't know, that Keldeo set not being specs throws me off a little bit, because that Skull did so little to the Mew. I'm really not sure what set it is, although I wouldn't imagine that it would be Scarf Keldeo. I feel like this team doesn't really need Scarf Keldeo, and it appreciates Specs? I mean, he has Jirachi, and that's usually Scarf. I would expect Lando T to be the rocker. Latios, just standard attacker. Maybe HP Fire EQ Latios, because that tends to work well with Gardevoir, but I don't know. Reiku just seems to be using some generic Gardevoir HO with Weavile, I guess. But oh, Reiku seems to be lagging really. Okay, so ABR says, yeah, that's nice. So I don't know, Reiku seems to, oh, very interesting right there. We see, oh, physical Tornadus, very interesting. Reiku did not go for the Hyper Voice because he was expecting Assault Vest, and yeah, he didn't go for the Hyper Voice, predicting him to be Assault Vest, and yeah, so he definitely was predicting it to be Assault Vest, and that's why he went for the Psyshock, and he wants to get damage onto it, I guess, to put it in Weavile's Ice Shard range. But this puts ABR in a position where he can U-turn out and not risk getting Pursuit tracked by the Weavile, also grab the kill on the Gardevoir. And the fact that it's physical is really interesting. This thing, he can go to Lando T, so yeah, he can go to Lando. What is the Mew? I'm trying to figure out what the heck that Mew is. It SD Pass? Is it SD Pass Mew plus Agility Altaria? Rock Polish Lando T and Rocker Excadrill? I'm really unsure. ABR's team definitely looks really interesting from Team Preview. I was thrown off by it for sure, so in comes Raiku's Weavile. I'm assuming he's going to go for the Pursuit, unless Pursuit does not kill. Yeah, okay, there we go. So there's the Pursuit, and the Tornadus is down for the count. Now, ABR has some options here. He can go to his Weavile, which he does. I was thinking he might also potentially go to Excadrill, depending on its set, but Raiku's definitely going to switch out here. Now, I don't know if he'd want to risk ABR not going for the low kick and then switch into something else, or if he'd want to try to I don't know, like if ABR goes for the knockoff on like a switch into like Keldeo or Jirachi, that could be really bad if Reiku predicts the low kick and then gets screwed up by that. So I don't know. This is really a weird game. Well, what the heck? People are saying that this Weavile is Adamant Choice Scarf. I guess I should calc the damage versus Keldeo. How much did it do? It did 22%, so let's calc that. Weavile, oh, it did not take Life Orb damage. That's something I missed, so let's see. No Life Orb. And holy, how much did it do? 22%. I don't know. He goes to his, ABR just goes straight for the low kick, and it does nothing to that Lando T. It eats it up, where and the leftovers just completely heal it back up. And is this Weavile really choice locked? I mean, yeah, Reiku does scout for it. No, it's not. Yeah, what I don't know what people were saying. Saying that this thing was Adamant Scarf is really weird. But oh, I don't know what's happening there, but Reiku does play that kind of nicely, gets his Keldeo in after the Intimidate, but this burn is definitely wearing him down. I was thinking that Reiku should have gone for the Hydro Pump and not the Scald, but we see that the Keldeo was not choice specs, and the Scald did very little damage to the Mew, so I'm really unsure of what's going on here. He goes for the Scald, does not get the burn on the Altaria. It probably had Natural Cure anyway, but it would have been nice for Reiku for sure to get that burn on the Altaria. It meant residual damage until ABR switched out or used Heal Bell or something like that, but he's gonna switch out to his Jirachi. Does he EQ? He Fire Blasts. Oh my god, that's a crit. And oh, we see that it is leftovers Jirachi, so the Keldeo is indeed Choice Scarf. It is indeed Choice Scarf, and now ABR's Weavile is looking out to be a big threat. That crit also definitely put a damper onto Raiku's plans, because he would have been able to live another Fire Blast after this one, and now I'm really starting to think that this Altaria is, like, since it's special mix, I don't know, is it Agility Altaria? Is it just, like, a special attacker? Like, ABR's team just feels really odd to me. Like, I can see it winning because of his own Weavile and his Altaria as well, but it just feels really odd to me. Oh, it's Substitute Jirachi, interesting. So this might be sub-toxic. He might go for the toxic right here and then try to Iron Head flinch this down. Yeah, he does go for the toxic right there, and ABR gets up his rock, so Reiku is definitely just gonna go for the Iron Head right here. ABR, or he could put Fire Punch, predicted the Excadrill. And ABR can definitely potentially go to his Excadrill, although I'm not really sure if he'd want to. He does have the -1 attack on the Jirachi, so that'll ease Excadrill's job, I guess, but I don't know, Excadrill is kind of a liability in the sense that, okay, he does not switch out, and does he get the flinch? Oh, it's Helmet! And he, yes. That definitely did not work out for Reiku right there. Yeah, I completely overlooked the Helmet. I know ABR likes to run Rocky Helmet on his Lando T. Sorry about that, guys, but anyway, so Reiku is running really low on the timer, but he gets in his Weavile, and ABR is saying turn off the timer, and he's gonna go for Reiku. ABR doesn't have any switches to this Icicle Crash. He could potentially try to Life Orb stall. I could definitely see ABR going for that, and I think ABR is really gonna go for a Weavile win. And yeah, he does go to his Mew. Yeah, he's just gonna Life Orb stall this Weavile a little bit more, and that's definitely could play a big role in how this game's gonna play out. Man, I don't know why I don't really agree with Scarf Keldeo and non-Scarf Jirachi on this team. I really dislike that. I don't really see Sub-Toxic Jirachi doing so much for the team, and I guess it's good for Ferrothorn, but I was really thinking that the Lati would be HP Fire. I guess it's good for Ferrothorn, but like, Scarf Keldeo is so freaking weak. It's really bad. Like, it's not really bad, but it's really weak, and oh my god. I think Reiku's gonna eventually have to risk the speed tie. I really think he's gonna have to eventually risk the speed tie, but because he can't, his Keldeo is so low, and it has that burn damage, and that's just killing Reiku. Getting that Scald Burn on the Mew is really bad for him, because he's gonna go to his Lando T here, and does ABR just low kick? Yeah, he just low kicks. Definitely he should just low kick right there. He needs to play this a bit safe, but I don't see how Reiku's gonna beat this Weavile, because his Keldeo is so low. It's at, what is health as? 25, okay. This game is looking, oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. That flinch, I think, might have just won ABR the game. Oh my goodness. That flinch definitely was huge, because, what is ABR saying right here? He's saying, oh, Scarf Exca will win. Wait, I have a hard counter. Also, you can't Oko Weavile. I mean, I guess ABR has a point right there, or, I guess ABR has a point, but, man, ABR's team is so weird. I really dislike it. I don't even understand what it's trying to accomplish. But it worked out right here. That flinch definitely took away the chances for Reiku to win. Although I think Reiku getting burned and then his Jirachi just dropping and stuff just completely ruined his chances. He does pull the double switch right here, which I think he has to do, but I think it's pretty much over at this point. He had to do that a turn, like, Reiku really, why did he go for the Scald? I don't know, I really dislike going for the Scald. I really dislike the way Reiku played his Keldeo, just flat out in general. I really dislike the way Reiku played his Keldeo as it is, and I don't know, like, the first time he used it, he just fired off a Scald. I think the fact that Mew or Altaria might have come in was really obvious. You could have pulled a double switch into Weavile right there, and even then, I would not have gone for the Scald, because Reiku knew that his Jirachi was not Scarf. I was assuming that his Jirachi was Choice Scarf, and he could use that to check the Weavile, to check the Excadrill. But if his Keldeo is his Scarfer, which happens to be really, really weak, he needs to keep it around for the Excadrill and the Weavile, but it does jack shit to ABR's team when he has the Mew and the Altaria. So, like, why would you risk? I mean, in hindsight, he's definitely kicking himself for going for the Scald, but I really would not have gone for the Scald. I mean, I expected Hydro Pump to be the play because I thought it was Specs Keldeo, and it's Lumberry Weavile. What? Lumberry Weavile. What are you gonna take? You're gonna is it? What? Are you? This Weavile is not SD. It's Low Kick, Ice Shard. It's not SD Weavile. I don't see what it accomplishes to be Lumberry on Weavile, but okay, that's that way. Whatever ABR wants to do, he can do. But man, I really think Reiku misplayed his Keldeo, because he knew he was Scarf, and he knew that his Jirachi was not Scarf, and that he would need his. I was thinking he would use his Jirachi to be a soft check to Weavile, and he can use his Keldeo throughout the game, and then for the late game, he could use Jirachi to check it, but instead, it turns out that his Jirachi is some subset. He gets crit by a Fire Blast, which definitely mattered, and I think, like, just those combination of things, I think Reiku could have played his Keldeo a little better. I think his team. I don't agree with the team choice of using Scarf Keldeo and Subtoxic Jirachi, but that's just me. And ABR did play his Weavile well enough, I guess, to just break down that Keldeo. And I'm that Mew, really interesting. Maybe it's SD pass. I'm really not sure what kind of passing Mew it is, but ABR's team is kind of funky, but I guess it worked out. Raiku's team is pretty, like, standard, solid stuff, but it just wasn't able to pull through this game. So I think with this game, ABR is now 8-1, which is really impressive. Although I think he did hack Serenity out of a win. If I remember correctly, he has been generally decently lucky, but that's besides the point. I hope you guys enjoyed this narration. I sure enjoyed watching this game, and I'll see you guys later.